All right, good morning, guys. Happy Monday. We're going to take a look at the markets ready for the week, and we're going to start off with gold as usual. So, we did big sell-off on gold on Friday. Not sure what initiated that, but it came down over 600 pips, which is a big drop-off. Maybe it was something to do with approaching all-time highs because we were getting pretty close. Maybe there was a bit of fear in the market. Maybe people didn't want to hold through the weekend, potentially with some market gaps because the Asian session obviously started quite high up. So maybe that's got something to do with it. Nonetheless, you see that I've marked off my daily levels now, right? Okay, so some older levels down here. There's not much between 2770 and 2855. Okay, there's actually 850 pips between this former resistance level, which should act as support if price ever came back down there. We just moved up 5 days consecutively without any pullback. We didn't create any support until we got to roughly 2855. So this level here, all right, if we look at this on it's actually a daily level. I've marked it in red. Okay, if we look at it on the weekly level, it's the weekly fair value gap, right? And I can't see gold really coming back down here, because if you follow the wicks on the weekly since the start of the year, okay, every weekly wick to the low side has been respected all the way up. Okay, so I'm not expecting price to come down here, but if it did, I would start looking for buys at this area. If it breaks through this level, then obviously we're gonna be looking for shorts, because there's a lot of free space to trade into here. Okay, now we take a quick look at the 4 hour, and again you can see this rejection area here, right? So we've got this area here, okay, where price failed to break above it twice, broke back above, and then it's failed to close below. But I don't use the 1 hour on gold, sorry, the 4 hour. I don't use the 4 hour on gold because there's inconsistency with between brokers. If we mark this level off right here on the 1 hour, you can see that it's doing pretty much the same. So we've come down. This was the CPI news release. Okay, it came down into this fair value gap here, pinged off it and rejected straight away. Now as price has moved all the way down, it's actually come down. It's tried to break through this level, okay, and it's bounced. Okay, it's actually bounced. It's already bounced 270 pips. There's actually a market gap here. Okay, if you look at certain brokers, if you look at the MT5 or if you look at C Trader, you'll see that there's a market gap here of over 100 pips. And what's happened is that gap has already been filled, rejected, and then it's closed here. Now it's closed in between these two daily levels. All right. We've got US bank holiday today, so with gold being cost in with the US dollar, I don't see there being much movement today. So for me, it's going to be a non-trading day. However, what I'd like to see is we've got free space to trade into at the top here, and potentially we've got some free space to trade into down the bottom here. If price comes back down to this level for a third time, I don't think it would hold the third time, right? Because we've actually got 1, 2, 3, so it would be more than likely the fourth time if you classify this rejection candle here. That would then be the fourth test on this level, and the more times the level gets tested, the more likely it is to break. So I would suggest that we probably go a little bit sideways here today, all right? And then I will be looking for. I'm not massively keen on trading from this level here. Okay, what I'd probably look for is a break and retest at this level, and then up to the daily at 29.28 roughly. Okay, because we've got free traffic to the left, as I said. We've got about 200 pips now. Should that break, we could be looking at all-time highs. And at some point, again, depending on what happens with the Feds, whether they start dropping interest rates over the next couple of months, 3,000 is incoming, right? So today, non-trading day, and that's my analysis on gold. DAX is tanking. This was a trade I was looking at this morning, but yeah, I've kind of decided I'm not trading on Mondays. Not always the best day of the week to trade. There would have been a very nice trade here, clearly. With that candle's now closed with no upper wick, there would have been potential for a breakout trade of 5.75R. And again, once this hourly candle closed with no upper wick, then that's, to me, that's a signal to get out of the trade. Now, if we look at the daily, DAX is just basically going up in a straight line. So again, we need to wait for some kind of daily support to form. Once the daily support forms, we can then look to trade a daily level. So for me, for a minute, it'll be intraday levels on DAX. We could obviously look at the 1 hour, and what I would suggest is, if you are looking to trade DAX maybe today, I'd be looking for a retest of this area here, right? So oops, somewhere around about here. Let's change this. Okay, so that's this area here, potentially. If all-time highs are going to continue and all-time highs are going to hold, then somewhere around about this area, drop down to maybe the 15 or 30 minute time frame and try and look for a fair value gap in line here somewhere. So I would be looking at this area here, and if you was to use a retracement Fibonacci tool from the Asian low to the high, you're looking at around about a 50% retracement mark. So yeah, potentially there could be a trade-off here today. Again, I'm going to sit out today. We're going to take a quick look at Nasdaq. Now, obviously, Nasdaq is, again, this is bank holiday in the USA. Broke all-time highs here Friday. Okay, so we've broken all-time highs again. Maybe we stay above this daily level. Again, this is one for the rest of the week, so it's not anything I'll be looking to trade today. If we close below this daily level, then I think shorts will be a good option, because the next support level is down at 21,877 area. So we could retrace all the way down here. Obviously, on the daily, we've got this imbalance area here. Drop down to the 1 hour. And again, you can see what happened when we broke above this daily. Let's just zoom in a bit. When we broke above this daily level, price came back down, wicked off, and closed back above. This would have been the entry candle here, and that would have taken you probably to a nice 2-hour trade had you got in there. So I would just filter this down a little bit, and we've got this imbalance here. Okay, this may be an option. I'd want price to come pretty deep into this level, because the daily level is down here, right? We can take a look at a 4 hour. We could also mark a 4 hour level here. Okay, so let's change this. 4 hour. Okay, so we've got a 4 hour level here. Okay, and this for me would be the area that I would look at to maybe look at getting into further longs. I'd wait for price to come back down, because obviously it was a pretty big move up towards the end of last week. There's no rush. It's only Monday. It's bank holiday in the US. If we're patient and take, maybe sometimes you get a trade every day. Sometimes you get 2 trades a week, like I had last week, and those trades managed to make me 5% overall on 2 separate accounts. So that's my analysis for the week, guys. If you have any questions, as usual, just hit me up in the chat room, and I help you out the best way I can.